Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Carrying Vibes. How you all doing? Hope you're having a productive Saturday evening. Not evening yet, afternoon. I think I need to go and get my glasses. Yes, so welcome back. Reading for the mature audience. So without further ado, I'm going to just get into it. So the name of our book that we're still reading is Flowers in the Attic, and it's written by Virginia Andrews. Just a second, guys. Let me get I'm gonna get my glasses. I'll be back shortly. I'm back, folks. It's a little smudgy, but it's not a good habit to use your shirt to tap to wipe your glasses. But anyhow, guess we all do that sometimes. Those of us who wear glasses. Alright, so we had left off. So guys, if you've been following me, you will see where we left from the last reading. If you haven't, just go on to Karen Vibes, so it's KARENVIBES with an exclamation sign, and you can just follow where I left off, or you can go back to the beginning of where I started reading this book. Alright, so the name of the book again, Flowers in the Attic, written by Virginia Andrews and narrated by moi, Karen Weir. Alright, so let's just get into it. Everything said, she left. Once more she locked us in. Now we could breathe. Grimly with determination, I set out to make a game of this. Christopher Doll, I appoint you the father. He laughed, then said with sarcasm, What else? As the man and the head of this family, let it be known hitherto that I am to be waited on hand and foot, the same as a king, wife as my inferior and my slave. Set the table, dish out the food, make ready for your lord and master. Repeat again what you said, brother. From now on, I am not your brother, but your lord and master. You are to do my bidding, whatever I say. And if I don't do as you say, what will you do next? Lord and master, I don't like the tone of your voice. Speak respectfully when you speak to me. Da 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 dee, da 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 do, da 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 dee. The day I speak respectfully to you, Christopher, will be the day you earn my respect. And that will be the day you stand 12 feet high, and the moon is at noon. And a blizzard blows in a unicorn ridden by a gallant knight wearing pure white shining armor, with a green dragon's head perched on the point of his lance. And so said, and so satisfied with his disgruntled expression, I caught hold of Carrie's small hand and led her haughtily into the bathroom, where we could take our time to wash, dress, and brush, and ignore poor Corey, who kept calling out that he had to go. Please, Kathy, let me come in. I won't look. Eventually, a bathroom grows boring and we came out, and believe it or not, Christopher had Corey fully dressed. And what was even more shocking now, Corey didn't need to use the bathroom. Why? I asked. Now don't you dare tell me you got back into bed and did it there. Silently, Corey pointed to a large blue vase without flowers. Oh my goodness, he peed the vase. Christopher lounged against the high boy, his arms folded across his chest, pleased with himself. That should teach you to ignore a male in need. We men are not like you sit-down females. Any little thing will do in an emergency. Before I would allow anyone to begin breakfast, I had to empty the blue vase and rinse it out well. Really, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to keep the vase near Corey's side of the bed, just in case. Near the windows, we sat down to the little table meant for card playing. The twins sat on a doubled over pillows so they could see what they were eating. All 4 lamps were turned on. Still, it was depressing, having to eat breakfast in what looked like twilight. Cheer up, sober face, said my unpredictable older brother. I was only kidding. You don't have to be my slave. I just love the gems you spurt forth when provoked. I admit, in verbosity, you females are blessed, just as we males are gifted with the perfect instrument for picnic bathrooming. And to prove he wasn't going to be an overbearing brute, he helped me pour the milk, finding out as I had that hefting a gallon-sized thermos and pouring without spilling was no mean feat. Carrie gave those fried eggs and bacon just one glance and she was wailing. We don't like bacon and eggs. Cold cereal is what we like. We want no hot, lumpy, bumpy food that's greasy. Cold cereal is what we like, she shrieked. Cold cereal with raisins. Now, you listen to me, said their new, smaller edition father. You will eat what is put before you and you will make no complaints. And you will not yell or cry or scream. Hear that? And it is not hot food, it is cold food. You can scrape off the grease. It is solid anyway. In a wink, Christopher gobbled down his cold, greasy food, plus his cold toast without butter. Those twins, for some odd reasons I'll never understand, ate their breakfast without another word of complaint. I had an uneasy, queasy feeling our luck with the twins just couldn't hold out. They might be impressed now by a forceful older brother, but watch out later. The meal finished. I neatly stacked the dishes back on the tray, and only then did I remember we'd forgotten to say grace. Hastily, we gathered together at the table and sat down to bow our heads and clasp our palms together. Lord, forgive us for eating without asking your permission. Please don't let the grandmother know. We will do it right the next time. Amen. Finished, I handed Christopher the list of do's and don'ts that were carefully typed in capital letters as if we were so stupid we couldn't understand longhand. And just so the twins, who'd been too sleepy last night to understand our situation, fully realized what they were in for, my brother began at the top of the list of rules, not to be broken or else. First, he pursed his mouth up in a good imitation of the grandmother's hateful lips, and you'd never believe such a finely shaped mouth as his could be made to look so grim. But somehow he managed to mimic her austerity. 1. He read in a cold, flat voice, You are always to be fully dressed. And, boy, did he make always sound impossible. 2. You will never take the Lord's name in vain and will always say grace before each meal. And if I am not in the room to see you do this, you may be sure that he above will be listening and watching. 3. You are never to open the draperies, not even to peek out. 4. You will never speak to me unless I speak to you first. 5. You will keep this room neat and orderly, always with the beds made. 6. You are never to be idle. You will devote 5 hours each day to studying and use the remainder of your time to develop your abilities in some meaningful way. If you have any skills, abilities, or talents, you will seek to improve upon them. And if you have no abilities or talents or skills, you will read the Bible. And if you cannot, then you will sit and stare at the Bible and try to absorb through the purity of your thoughts the meaning of the Lord and his ways. My goodness gracious. What a set of rules. What a grandmother. Oh my God. Anyway, let's read on. 7. You will clean your teeth after breakfast each day and before retiring each night. 8. If I ever catch boys and girls using the bathroom at the same time, I will quietly, relentlessly, and without mercy peel the skins from your backs. My heart seemed to flip over. Good golly day, what kind of grandmother did we have? 9. You will, all 4, be modest and discreet at all times, in deportment, in speech, and in thought. 10. You will not handle or play with the private parts of your bodies, nor will you look at them in the mirrors, nor will you think about them, even when you are cleaning those parts of your bodies. Unabashed with a funny little gleam in his eyes, Christopher read on, mimicking the grandmother with some skill. 11. You will not allow wicked, sinful, or lusting thoughts to dwell in your minds. You will keep your thoughts clean, pure, and away from wicked subjects that will corrupt you morally. 12. You will refrain from looking at members of the opposite sex unless it is absolutely necessary. 13. Those of you who can read, and I hope at least 2 of you can, will each alternately take turns reading aloud from the Bible at least 1 page per day. So the 2 younger children will benefit from the Lord's teachings. 14. You will each bathe daily and clean the ring from the tub and keep the bathroom as spotless as it was when you found it. 15. You will each learn, including the twins, at least 1 quote from the Bible per day. And if so, I request you will repeat to me such quotes as I demand, as I keep track of what passages you have read. 16. You will eat all of the food I bring to you. You will eat all of the food I bring to you and not waste one single bit, or throw it away or hide it away. It is sinful to waste good food when so many in this world are starving. Just a second, folks. I'll be back. And we are back. Actually, I have something on the stove, so I have to go check. 17. You will not stride about in the bedroom wearing only your night clothes, even if you are only going from bed to bath or bath to bed. You will at all times wear a robe of some kind over your night clothes and over your garments and over your undergarments. If at some time you feel the need to suddenly leave the bathroom without fully dressing yourself so that another child may enter in an emergency, I demand that everyone who lives under this roof be modest and discreet in all things and in all ways. 18. You will stand at attention when I enter your room, with your arms straight down at your sides, and you will not clench your hands into fist or show silent defiance. Nor will you allow your eyes to meet with mine, nor will you seek to show signs of affection towards me, nor hope to gain my friendship, nor my pity, nor my love, nor my compassion. All of that is impossible. Neither your grandfather nor myself can allow ourselves to feel anything for what is not wholesome. Oh my goodness. Oh, those were words to really sting. Even Christopher paused, and a flicker of despair flitted over his face, quickly put away by a grin as his eyes met with mine. He reached out and tickled Carrie to make her giggle, and then he tweaked Corey's nose, so he too giggled. Christopher, Christopher, I cried, alarm in my voice. From the way she put it, our mother can never hope to win over the father again. Much less will he want his eyes to rest upon us. Why? What have we done? We weren't here the day our mother fell from grace by doing something so terrible. Her father disinherited her. We weren't even born then. Why do they hate us so? Keep your cool, said Christopher, his eyes scanning down the long list. Don't take any of this seriously. She's a nut, a loony bird. Nobody as smart as our grandfather can have the idiot ideas his wife does. Or else, how could he make millions of dollars? Maybe he didn't make the money but inherited it. Yes, Mommy told us he inherited some, but he has increased that 100 times over, so he must have a little brains in his head. But he somehow picked the queen bee not from the balmy tree for his wife. He grinned and then went on with the rule, reading. 19. When I come into this room to bring you food and milk, you will not look at me or speak to me or think of me with disrespect, or of your grandfather with disrespect, for God is above and is able to read your minds. My husband is a very determined man, and seldom has any one bested him in any way. He has an army of doctors and nurses and technicians to tend to his every need, and machines to function for his organs in case they fail. So don't think something as weakly motivated as his heart can fail a man made of steel. Wow, a man of steel to make the opposite bookend to his wife? His eyes must be grey too, flint, hard, steel grey eyes. For as our very own mother and father had proved, likes do attract. 20, read Christopher. You will not jump, yell, shout, or speak in loud voices so the servants below can hear you. And you will wear sneakers and never hard-soled shoes. 21. You will not waste toilet tissue or the soap, and you will clean up the mess if you clog up the toilet bowl so it overflows. And if you put it out of order, then it will stay that way until the day you leave, and you will use the chamber pots that you will find in the attic, and your mother can empty them for you. Oh my goodness. 22. The boys will wash their own clothes in the bathtub, as will the girls. Your mother will take care of the bed linen and the towels you use. The quilted mattress cover will be changed once a week, And if a child soils the covers, then I will order your mother to bring your rubber sheets to use. Oh, so let me read this back again. The quilted mattress covers will be changed once a week. And if a child soils the covers, then I will order your mother to bring you rubber sheets to use and thrash severely the child who cannot be toilet trained. Oh my goodness. I sighed and put my arm about Corey, who whimpered and clung to me on hearing this. Shh, don't be afraid. She'll never know what you do. We'll protect you. We'll find a way to cover up your mistakes, if you make any. Chris read. Conclusion, and this is not a do or a don't, just a warning. She's written. You may rightly assume that I will add to this list from time to time as I see the need arise, for I am a very observant woman who misses nothing. Do not think you can deceive me, mock me, or play jokes at my expense. For if you do, your punishment will be so severe that your skins and your egos will bear lifetime scars, and your pride will go down in permanent defeat. Whoa. Whoa. And let it be known from now on that never in my presence will you mention your father's name or refer to him in the slightest way. And I myself will refrain from looking at the child who resembles him most. It was over. I flashed Christopher a questioning look. Was he inferring, as I was, what that last paragraph implied? That for some reason our father was the cause of our mother being disinherited and now hated by her parents? Did he infer too that we were going to be locked up here for a long, long time? Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. I couldn't stand even a week. We weren't devils, but most certainly we weren't angels either. And we needed each other to touch, to look at. Kathy, said my brother calmly, a wry smile cocking his lips while the twins looked from one to the other of us, ready to mimic our panic, our joy, our screams. Are we so ugly and without charm that an old woman, who very obviously hates our mother and also our father, for some reason I don't know, can forever resist us? She's a fake, a fraud. She doesn't mean any of this. He gestured towards the list, which he folded and flung away towards the dresser. It made a poor airplane. Are we to believe an old woman like that, who must be demented and should be locked up? Or should we believe the woman who loves us, the woman we know and trust? Our mother will take care of us. She knows what she's doing. On that you can depend. Yes, of course, he was right. Mommy was the one to believe in and trust. Not that stern old crazy woman with her idiot ideas and her gunshot eyes and her crooked knife-slashed mouth. Remember, I never hear nobody describe someone's mouth like that. Her crooked knife-slashed mouth. I'd love to see that mouth. In no time at all, the grandfather downstairs would succumb to our mother's beauty and charm, and down the stairs we'd trip, dressed in our best, wearing happy smiles, and he'd see us and know we weren't ugly or stupid, but normal enough to like a little, if not a lot. And perhaps, who knows, maybe someday he might find a little love to give his grandchildren. Such a sad story. But that's the end of chapter 7. So when we come back, we are at part 8. Chapter 8. So thank you, folks. I'm going to go see about my soup. Hope you all have a beautiful Saturday evening. Please remember to like and subscribe to Karen Vibes. So it's KarenVibes with an exclamation sign. You can find me on YouTube and you can follow all the stories that I've read and the one that I'm reading now. And looking forward to hear your comment, for you to leave a comment and tell me what you think. Looking forward to hear from you. So have an awesome evening. Give a shout out to the students that are heading back to school on Monday. Most schools are open on Monday. Wish you folks all the best. And always tell your children that there's greatness within them and they can do well. They can do anything that they want to do. So remember to always tell them that. Alright, so have a productive weekend and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.